Afternoon ladies, it's Save Nana. Just on to do a video for Jer, that's Littlesnippets1, who's asked us, evil lady that she is, to share our best crafting disasters with her. Well, I've had so many that I made a list, and reading over it, I'll be damned if I'm going to show all my crafting disasters, but I am going to own up to a few. And if nobody has, if there's anybody out there who hasn't seen Jer's video announcing her challenge, pop over to her channel and give us a look at your disasters. It's been really fun seeing the things that go wrong on people, and funnily enough, we all seem to make more or less the same mistakes, except me. Okay, first off, I want to sympathise, empathise, whatever eyes you use, to Kazakins1 and her big shot machine. Because poor old Kay had a bit of a disaster with her big shot, resulting in it having to go to hospital with the camera crew, who operated and fixed it for her. I don't unfortunately have a big shot surgeon, so it was just a bit of brute force and ignorance that got mine out. When I got my Tigger, stop now, stop, no. When I got my big shot first, I was particularly ignorant. I knew that it squashed patterns into paper, but that was about it. I bought it in a flurry of excitement at a craft show. And in typical Sandra fashion, bought it home and used it before I read any instructions. So anyhow, it turned out that whatever way the calibration was working on my big shot, I needed what was known in the trade as a shim. I didn't know what a shim was, but I rang a craft shop, and the lady there said, "Oh, do you mean your tan sheet?" And I thought, no, that's not what I mean. No, I don't have a tan sheet. I need a shim. So she couldn't quite work out what I was talking about, but she said, "I tell you what, we have some products here and I'll send them out to you." So she sent me out this flexible rubber mat, which I managed to poke a hole in. First time out, poked a hole in. No idea how to use that at the time. She sent me out this much more solid black mat, which I managed to jam in the machine and almost poke a hole in. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but it's fairly well. If this is an 1/8 of an inch, this is 1/50th of an inch here in the middle. It's not even the width of my nail, so I managed to do that. And she sent me this yoke. I still don't know what this is for. It just says Sizzix, and it's hard. And it looks as though I've tried to cut things out on it at various points. But this is the one that did the absolute damage. This and this went in together with my plates and my die. And this wrapped itself backwards this way inside the bowels of the machine, and I had to take it apart. So yeah, look at all those lovely holes in it, Kay. Isn't that great? Look at all those holes. So yeah, my big shot has never quite been the same since. So that was, oops, sorry guys, that was an expensive sort of one. Flowers. Lots of you ladies can make the most beautiful flowers. I can't do pretty, and anyone who's ever watched my videos before is sick to the back teeth now listening to me say that I can't do pretty, but I can't. So I saw one lady doing singed flowers, and I thought, oh, destruction, I might be able to have a go at that. I think it was a lady called Tracy, Art, Song and Soul. Now I could have that totally the wrong way, but she made these gorgeous ones, so I thought, yeah, I'll have a go at those. I can use a lighter, I can use a flame. And Tracy also said that the cheaper the material, i.e. the higher the nylon content, the better your flowers will turn out. So I'd like to argue that toss with you. This used to be one of about 6 lots. Can you see that? How great is that? Isn't that fantastic? So they're about 6, and I did stick them together. Ugly as it was, I stuck them together and they went straight into the bin, but this one seems to have escaped. I don't know why. Was I happy stopping there? No, I was not. I have used yards of cotton, of organza, lining material, satin. I've tried absolutely everything. This is cotton. Does it work? No, it does not. This is more cotton. Did that work? No, it did not. Organza. Every colour of the rainbow. All pinned together, all my disasters in the one place, hoping that when I put all the disasters together it would look like a flower. Does it? No, it doesn't. And a yellow one, just for look. Does that look like a flower? No, it does not. So, several yards of fabric down. Here we tried the lining, cheap satin lining. Did that work? No, burned to shreds. Absolutely burned to shreds. Not to mention my fingers. I've 3rd degree or 1st degree, whichever is the worst, burns on my fingers when I was finished that. Look at that, isn't that such... You can just see how hard it is. Sorry, how hard it is at the edges and the burnedy bits on it. Disaster. Absolute disaster. What else have I wrecked? I'm leaving the good ones till the very end. I'd never made an album in my life before, so I watched Northwest Lady 46, I think it is, Patty, and she is absolutely brilliant. She makes the most gorgeous cards, most gorgeous albums, and she did this triple flip album, which consists of about 8 videos, and I thought, yeah, brilliant. This is step-by-step idiot's guide to making an album. Whoa, no it wasn't. I'd never made one, so I didn't know how the thing was going to go together at the end, and I wasn't sure what papers I would need and all the rest of it. But apparently to do an album this size you need 2 12 by 12 sheets to cut the whole, to get this size you have to join 2 12 by 12 sheets. So Patty says, yep, join your 2 12 by 12 sheets with tape. So I did, but I used double-sided tape, so if this was ever going to go anywhere and I peeled off the back, I put the tape on the wrong side, didn't I? So your finger sticks to it. Great! Ready-made embellishment strip. Okay, I thought I'll live with that. I'll stick fibres or something on the outside of it. Then you come to the inside part and you join again 2 pieces of, I'm not even going to go into it. It's got a foldy paper and a pocket, and it pulls out so you have 3 pieces and a pocket. So I got the first 2 in correctly, following exactly Patty's instructions, and then I turned the video off because I knew what I was doing, and I didn't because I stuck the 3rd one in the wrong way round. So I made another one, and that was the end of my paper, and I stuck it in the wrong way round again. So I ripped it out and I stuck it in again, and I stuck it in the wrong way round. So then I was just totally cheesed off. I thought, to hell with that anyway. But she had said to ink the edges, and I was in such foul humour at that stage that I didn't even use a piece of cotton wool or a piece of makeup sponge. I just rubbed my gorgeous Victorian velvet or whatever all over it because I knew it was going in the bin. But there you go, there's the first page stuck in correctly with the little pocket on the front, and the second page stuck in correctly. This was meant to have matting paper and then photographs and all sorts of pockets and bits on it. And here is the damn third page. Cannot get that to go in the right way. I've ripped it out. I've just told you I'm not repeating myself, so I absolutely hate this album. I hate albums in general. I will never be making another album in my life. And apart from sticking this the wrong way round, Patty had a very neat way to mitre the corners. Did I get that? No. Lovely big gaps in the corners. No problem, Sandra, stick a backing sheet over it. Did I even get that right? No, I did not. So that's me finished with albums. I'm never making one again in my life. Right, these are going very quickly now because I'm waffling. This was an expensive one. This is a, I don't know, maybe a 5,000 millilitres of PVA glue. Because when I started crafting, I reckoned I was going to be using an awful lot of it. I haven't opened this yet, but you will see that it's worked its way down from here to here. And guess what? Dun, dun, dun. That's all over my bedroom carpet. Oh, oh, oh. Didn't even know it was leaking. It was in a spare wardrobe, and just one day when I walked over to the wardrobe, I sort of squodged. It was still liquid. I don't know whether it had just happened, but this, which is probably, I don't know if there's 5 litres in that, that's certainly a litre, all over a never used new bedroom carpet. So I scrubbed and scrubbed and it didn't come out, so now I have a very hard bedroom carpet. I was so cheesed off, I moved into another bedroom, moved my craft stuff in there. The muse took me one evening. I was making cards on the floor and I spilled a tin of a container of embossing powder on that carpet, which most of it went up in the Hoover, which was terrific, but it's destroyed the carpet, absolutely destroyed the carpet. Third and almost final disaster, these Annie Chambers are lovely Annie. That would be Rosie Posey Crafts has a challenge going on at the moment to make her something that has wood on it. And for that I decided absolutely whimsical fairy house for Annie because she loves miniatures. And here's my plan. Sat doodling in bed one night. It was going to be a small house and a big house and have a lovely roof, and I was thinking about how I could make little porches and lights and all that sort of stuff. Annie, I'll be making you something totally different, pet. Sorry about that. I still have a Pringles tin, but I decided I'd try it out on a small tin first. Dun, dun, dun. I'm sorry, it looks like a demented alien. The plan was that you were going to be able to open this up and you could see inside. I was going to put a first floor up here and put teeny little beds and stuff in it. And I've covered the outside with wood, which would have been okay. You know, there's lots of coats of paint on that. If I had managed to cut out windows properly and get a door that actually closed, that would have been fine. And if I hadn't cut across the bottom here, because the door won't close, and if I cut across this part to make it close, the bottom's going to fall out. So yeah, that's not going anywhere either. And finally, my last and utter disaster. Could somebody please tell me where was my head when I made that? This is my everlasting shame. What is it? What is that? I still don't know. It has a lovely bird down the bottom and a crystal that I got in this is going so far back, in a what do you call those things? Oh dear God. From Fiona Jennings, a package. I bought a lump of her laces and doodads and things like that, and I was all excited and couldn't wait to get started. So yeah, that is my shame. I think I'm going to have that probably buried or incinerated with me. I don't know, I might make something decent in the meantime and hang it on the headstone and say, I told you I'd get it right in the end. I don't know. Look, little bits of spring and everything. It's good teddy bears. What are they for? I don't know. Teddy bears, little handmade flowers, and probably very expensive flowers. I have no idea what that's all about. Anyway, those are my crafting disasters, people. If I can share that lot, you can share too. So run over to Littlesnippets1 to Jar. Have a look at what you need to be over 18. It's open to international and nationals. And she doesn't even want you to make anything. She just wants you to show your disasters or put up photographs of your disasters, or even just talk about your disasters. If you've already chucked them, like I've chucked my lot now, you don't have to have the photograph. But, you know, I think you have to say that is absolutely... I apologise to anybody who is seriously offended by my work. Run over to Jar, have a look at the video, give her a sub, and good luck in the challenge, disaster people. Talk to you again soon. Bye.